going out. That E-leader needs to be taken care of. But that being said, dealing with an E-leader here is not easy. BlankZ is looking for that one, and I mean that one opportunity to get in and basically have your chance to basically win the game, because don't let the E-leader get comfortable here. That being said, BlankZ is known for running a Hydra. Last time I checked, I think I could be lying, I could be wrong, but we'll see coming out here. We see the comments here. Oh yeah, that's my boy Ips, by the way. My boy Ips. Yeah, there's the Hydra. There's the Hydra.
Yeah. The Hydra leader matchup is incredibly rough here, but we are seeing ezmd run a little bit more of that meta type of comp. We are seeing the Zap alongside with the leader, the S Plus, and the Stamper, and seeing the Zap Junior, Hydra, and Gal. So we are seeing a very interesting comp here from BlankZ here, and already seeing those picks. Homer with that Stamper taking beautiful, beautiful picks here, but BlankZ's not going down that fast. I take it back, and they are all back in spawn.
Yeah, indeed, and it's just an aggressive starter for that Stamper. They're getting pick after pick. And really interesting to see the Junior and the Zap coming out on the same team. Lots of pain right there. Here comes that Zcaster, going to find a way to get a kill. Onto the Hydra Spotting, trying to look for another one, but it's not able to find anybody else at the moment, but it's causing a lot of chaos in that Stamper, as two members are still basically going down. And that another nice pick. Open a such able to take them out, but the tower is just cruising here for ezmd.
Yeah, and those whales may be a bit of salvation there for BlankZ as they are using it to get themselves to the tower here. I do like how they're spreading themselves out position-wise, but again, ezmd is not being pushed out just yet. It feels like we're almost scared to move a little bit forward and cause a little bit of pressure of our own. BlankZ, we do not need to be defending this as hard. We gotta get them out of here.
Indeed, and I mean, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, Fufu. If we're just looking at the comps, BlankZ lost on weapon select because it's looking really hard for them to deal with the aggression of ezmd. They got to definitely make some changes going into the future right here, because it's going to be really hard for them to deal with this.
I mean, let's put it this way. Hydra is their most range on this comp, and the rest are short-range shooters against a Stamper S-Blast who are outranging them at just about every interaction. You have to get really close to ezmd in order to get those picks going, and it's putting, look how brutal this is. Oh my god.
Oh my god, you can just see Silver, that is Silver, and then basically a team wipe right there, and then they're going to have no shot. BlankZ basically going to get forced out, and a KO immediately already for the side of ezmd. Taking game one, and you can just see that high level Stamper gameplay. Most other Stampers would have landed on the ground and tried to use their main weapon. He was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna keep tipping," and you can just see it.
The special's a special. It can kill with the Zipcaster. Like, the second that thing touches the ground, you know, that's it. And I also want to mention, it's like you said earlier, it was dead on arrival. The comp difference was insane. What are 3 short-range shooters going to do against 2 midliners?
Let alone being a Zap and a Junior, 2 weapons that aren't known to just, kill. I mean, besides Zap, obviously, Zap can kill, but, like, it's still at the end of the day a support, and it's just like, so you got 2 supporting weapons, and you're just getting ran down by an E-leader, you're getting ran down by a Stamper, you're getting ran down by an S-Blast, no less. Like, it's really rough, and so like I said, they lost on weapon select. You can just see it here, just basically that speed. Like, even when they found 1 or 2 picks, it didn't matter because they're just not keeping up with the pace and the kill power and the pressure that ezmd is putting out. So yes, BlankZ needs to make some changes if they want to win this set.
And I'm hoping they get that memo going into next match, because next match, if I'm not mistaken, will be Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi Resort, which they'll be facing just around the same amount of problems. There's a lot of space for these mid-rangers to get a lot of damage in, and 3 short-range shooters ain't gonna do it here. If you want 1, that's one thing, but 3 of them,
It's definitely not going to cut it, especially playing into a comp that has that E-leader, that has that Stamper, and that S-Blast. They're just losing on straight range, and it's going to be very difficult for them to try to keep up here. But we're going to see the constant shot, and that is a you want to see. But will it be enough? We'll find out. Going with the edit, the Tetra dualies, and sticking with the 52 and the Junior. Interesting.
Yeah, the Tetris might be able to help him out just a little bit there, but they actually go down within the first 2 seconds, getting crossfired out here, and, seeing ezmd, there we go, positioned so well here on the opening. They are 1 down on each side here, and see this little bit of a scrap here on the right side. It might give BlankZ the opportunity to get a little bit of zone on themselves, seeing Devil, beautiful job there with the Gal, using all the resources. Wow, Devil's actually doing hella work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, doing a lot of work there as well as getting help from that junior. Able to take out 2 members right there, and that is what you want to see coming into the set. The Tetris not waiting, pushing in, getting a lot of chip damage. Also, that S-Bus was just not able to finish it, but it should be back pretty soon, hopefully, because that was just a really good hold right there. But that's what you want to see them play aggressive, play in your face. You can't sweat around, and they're still doing a really good job right there, still keeping the zone pretty much neutral. Here comes the Zcaster. They got to find a way to shut it down. 52 is going down. Are they able to kill it right there? Oh, but Silver right there on that stand, doing an amazing job, getting another pick as well with helping their teammates, and an amazing job there before he signed an ECMD.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful, beautiful fight going out on the field here. ezmd still having control of that zone here, trying to take out this Tetra. There they go, takes a 2-for-1 special, but in that distraction, BlankZ is able to get a hold of the zone. They are in the lead right now, and if they can continue this pressure, they should be able to get through these penalty points no problem and keep things going.
Yeah, indeed, and we can see that comment paying dividends. Look at the pressure that BlankZ is putting out right there. Even if they are going down, the Tetris causing distraction, and the 52 and the junior just plays off that holding positioning right there. Now, ECMD has to find a way to get back in and control the zone. They're relying on Silver with this Zcast to make plays, but aren't able to get anything right now. The junior goes down. They're not able to find much, but they are able to flip the zone back, but it's still in a nice little neutral state for the side of BlankZ. If you're BlankZ, you're going to take with this. The Tetris just flanking behind, going to the back. Interesting play here. I wonder what they're going to do with this.
Yeah, but it looks like the attention is split, and they'll keep your attention away too long. What?
Oh, wait,
what?
Whoa.
What? That guy was dead.
I thought they were dead too. That was interesting right there. But I mean, cause the Baylor is rushing the Zap going down here, but the 52 is not able to do much else. But the Tetris coming right back in, not phased whatsoever by the fact that they get the kill, and still basically going forward, doing a lot of pressure, causing a lot of attention. And the Tetris are such a major factor for this comp for BlankZ.
Oh, absolutely. The Tetris goes to distract, the rest do their job, and they have a heavy paint there in the back once they get to the zone. So flipping the zone is not a problem whatsoever. But that being said, ezmd is seeing a little bit through this tactic and is able to get the zone for themselves. We are seeing that distraction there from Multi again, dragging the... Notice how they're taking attention of 3 players!
I was going to say, they're just taking all the attention, but that being said, they still do go 3 down now. Now they got to find a way to push back in. Now ezmd, after 3 minutes, finally have solid footing on this game. Never mind, I lied, the S-Bus goes down immediately. They have no solid footing whatsoever. So we're going to see them run back into the zone, just going down, but they do got to find a way to cap. A nice kill there by S. Also that 52 able to slow it down a little bit more, but they are able to trade it back. And that edit is having cooler like clockwork.
Oh yeah, and it builds cooler like crazy. I'm so serious. Like, it will breathe and say, oh yeah, have cooler gun, guys, Lamal, if it wasn't for the cooldown. But that being said, it looks like ezmd is finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. They are able to keep that zone in control and are quickly burning past these penalty points. So, less than 10 here, and this could very well be their lead. Seeing those Tetris down there from BlankZ and losing their junior, that's going to be a lead swap, Stormy.
Yeah, it's going to be a lead swap, but 2 members go down for a side of ezmd, but they are coming back probably fast with that cooler right there. A nice pick there by that 52. They are able to switch the zone over, but now they got to find a way to regain their footing. They need to find a couple of picks here. That bomb from that junior trying to do some work, but they put it down right there. But that bullet bomb was forced to throw in a bad position. What a nice play there by the junior. Able to take out 2 members as well. Oh, but the Eater has something to say about that final pick, but it's not going to be enough. Lead swap going to go back into the favor of BlankZ Fufu.
Yeah, and there's that lead swap once more. And again, this is such a close set. It feels like BlankZ has found something that finally works for them here. I was jumping them for the short-range shooters here, but they are really making work out of it. But ezmd, so many letters happening, is able to see light of their own. 2 down on the side of BlankZ, and ezmd is in such a good position right now. Spread your members out, get every position you can, and shoot them.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be really hard. They have 3 special rated right here. Here comes that Zcaster. The wave breaker is going to be out, and that Boyabon to basically hold the zone. So still they're trying to cap, and then 2 members going down. One in the being your reslider. You're not going to be able to cap that zone, and that's going to be game once again for ezmd. They put. Oh wait! What's going on for the other side of the zone? I lied, but no, it's not enough. They just have to force it in, and it's not going to be enough. But man, what a nice effort from BlankZ. They just gotta find a way to put it all together. And find a way to reverse sweep now.
Oh, beautiful. This is beautiful. Just look at the set we just had, bro. Just look at it. I'm at the game, not even the first match went poo, and this match was close. I don't think ezmd was expecting them to whoop out a Tetris and play like that.
Indeed. And I wonder if that's going to work out for them for the future. I wonder if this is going to pay dividends for something that isn't on zones. I wonder, like, when we go back to that rank to Rainmaker, the Clan Blitz, I wonder if they can find a way to pull it off and pull through, because they just need a lot of work to do. Because EZMD, like, they're expecting to lose this set. Most people expect BlankZ to lose this set, so no harm, no foul. But BlankZ, with their expectations, they want to win this set, and they're going to do anything they can to pull this out.
Yeah, and they were really pulling out all the stops. I mean, look at the way they were fighting. You can tell in their gameplay that they really wanted this, and they got really, really close as well. EZMD, did an amazing job at keeping them back, especially when you have a mosquito in your backlines by the name of Devil.
Indeed, indeed. And I think the issue for BlankZ this game was that when they did gain that lead, it just unfortunately went down. They could have played a more slower game, maybe build for that reslider, maybe build for something else, and just basically be able to hold and not go in and die. But unfortunately, that's just not what happened. But going into Rainmaker Undertow, we hope to see that aggression does stay strong, but you still got to deal with that E-leader for the EZMD. Devin is no E-leader to scoff at whatsoever.
Definitely not. And it gets really dangerous on a mode like Rainmaker, because Charger is difficult on Rainmaker because there's a lot more pressure on you hitting your shots, especially on a player as important as the Rainmaker carrier. But if you are an experienced leader player and you know what you're doing, it is no problem for you. You will hit the shot. And it's as you said, they got to look out for that. But this map is a little bit finicky when it comes to E-leaders anyways, so the chance could very well be there.
Yeah,
oh!
Indeed.
No leader.
And like you said, switching to that splatter scope, as well as getting a hold of that ink vacuum, that could be huge for inside of EZMD, as well as been from before. And is that a sploosh I see? That is a sploosh with object shredder here. And honestly, I do not knock the pick whatsoever. We see the Hunter Remington immediately grab it, but unfortunately does go down. Able to trade out a couple of kills, but it's not going to be enough. So they're going to rest them probably before they jump out, and they do call the shark if they're basically sniffing out that last member.
Yeah, sniffing him out indeed, and EZMD looking to try to take the left, but it looks like that beautiful edit was able to get a pick but go down themselves. It does not stop EZMD's momentum too hard, as they still have most of this middle in their favor. It's painted yellow, and that back is ready to go. They are looking to just get this Rainmaker moving. Again, back has been incredibly powerful and has been a more favorable pick here in high and top level play, and we are seeing why. I mean, between its buff, oh wait, that wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. They able to stop the Rainmaker despite the ink vat being out. So what an amazing job there by BlankZ. And they're going to move the Rainmaker out of it immediately, going to bring it over to this left side. What a nice job by BlankZ. But they do have to be careful because their weapons do not have a lot of range like per usual. But I'm sure they're used to that recently coming out. So they're going to be able to move forward and possibly get a chip with the S-Blast. Put a stop to that right there. And what a nice pick there by the S-Blast.
Oh, beautiful burst bomb there. That was like, hey, you think you're getting away? Loud and correct buzzer. But look how fast EZMD is moving, giving a path to the Rainmaker here. IPS in the back lines, following the path that was painted to them right to the checkpoint here very, very soon. But again, Multi, wait, their name was Multi, not Devil.
Yeah. Yeah, Multi is that Tetra duel. He's causing havoc in the backfield, getting a flick onto that Raymond. Wait, they are able to pick it up right there, able to get 2 down, so they are able to push forward a little bit more. They do have the back at the ready, is Devin, but they're going to go towards this right checkpoint. It's they throw it there, and they are able to get it, as well as probably keep it going. Going to put the understand, trying to remember going. They're going to throw the understand up there, as well as get this lead. They're going to keep going forward. They're just forcing through.
That was insane work. That was beautiful, beautiful strat there with that hammer. I love to see the way that they use the hammer to, break out any bombs, anything that would come their way here and feed them into the hammer. That was a really good.
They're still going. They're still going. Oh my God! They don't stop them. Oh my God! Win it 2.
Oh God! 2. That's at 2. Stormy, my stomach hurts.
Oh my God, that's at 2. Oh my goodness, what an amazing job by BlankZ. Oh my goodness, what a response after the first 2 games. Get over the 2, so now all they gotta do is play a solid defense, but do not count on EZMD just yet. They can break this checkpoint immediately right now if they wanted to. They're gonna try to go for it, but they do get taken down. We're gonna try to stop it right there, but 2 members are going down. Here goes the Ultra Stand, gonna try to find something. Is it gonna be able to find anything? No, it is not, but they're all gonna drop it off and reset it back to mid.
Yeah, that might just buy them a little bit more time, but if they continue to lose members, it will not buy them any time really at the end here. They really got to find a way to keep ezmd out, and they got to start taking them out. Devil's getting the assignment here, and as they slowly approach that checkpoint little by little, you are scaring me here. Again, they are playing these sides. This is a beautiful pincer. This is the pincer you want.
That's
Beautiful
amazing.
pincer. That's 3 down. That was amazing.
Oh my god, amazing. When you got two ready weapons like the Tetris, like the Sploos, they're going to play those off angles, and I think ezmd needs to make an adjustment right there. S-Blast going down, not a position they definitely didn't want to be in, so they're going to be forced to back up and reposition, but two members going down, the Stanford and the S-Blast, they're going to keep going forward. They're going to get another pick on the edge on the Zap. Oh, but unfortunately they go down to the bomb, but Devil zooming forward, but just get taken out by the S-Blast, but the Tetris has a lot to say about that. Never mind, no, they don't. You can take it on themselves, but BlankZ is more than okay with this. We can see the edit is flanking. Even the edit getting in on the action. This is crazy.
Dude, edit is genuinely like such a funny weapon because it can do a lot more things than people anticipate, and that's the beauty of it. But what we are anticipating is a push from ezmd, as they did take 2 members of BlankZ down. This is their chance to push and get a checkpoint. Again, ezmd does not have a checkpoint. I repeat, they do not have a checkpoint.
They are, and then look at the Sploosh just running in and just taking these angles and just basically just being just a nuisance as well with the Tetris. But they do go 2 down, they finally get punished for it. So this could be the chance to get checkpoint, and they are able to take out the 52 and the back coming out as well. This could be the chance right here. This edit needs to live. This edit is going to be huge right here. Did you find a way to get this pick? Restart it coming out. It's able to, but don't find editing, able to kill it right there, Fufu. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, the stakes are high now for ezmd and BlankZ. ezmd, who is very much looking forward to try and get past that 2-point. They have to get to 1. They can almost knock it out, and that will be the lead.
Oh, God,
but they have no back. There is no back.
There's the back. They're just going to run forward, but wait, they're going to repop it with the back shot, I'm sure. They are able to rip with the rim against it. Wait, no, they lost it too early. They lost it too early. Oh, but what a killer by Devin on there. They're going to try to pop it. They have a chance, but no, the popping power of BlankZ is going to be too much, and grab the Rainmaker.
We're not done. We're not done, Stormy. We're not done. What was that? What was that?
You know what that is? I've heard it a lot between the high-level community. That is basically BlankZ Rainmaker. That's what they do. That's just how they play the game. I've heard it, but now I finally get to see it. Oh, that looks so annoying. That looks so annoying.
They switched off their main Tetra player. Devil was not playing Tetra. Multi was playing Tetra. They switched their players out. They brought a dang Sploosh into the...
They brought a Sploosh. They brought a Sploosh with the Tetris, and they won convincingly.
They won. That was insane. The extra flank in the back. That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
We're getting fed. That's what we're doing. We're getting fed, Stormy. This is our food for the week.
That is our food for the week. And that one, I don't know who did it, but that one stick with the Rainmaker getting down to 2 actually mattered, because if they didn't, then I think ezmd would have just took the lead right then and there. But because of that play, whoever stuck the Rainmaker, it basically just secured them the win of that set.
My jaw's on the floor still. I think I'm still processing whatever just happened here. I mean, look at this. This is the play that I praise the most here, because they were using the hammer basically as a makeshift back to block any incoming shots that would go towards the Rainmaker, and I think that was beautiful because the hammer only lasts so long, and that's a whole ramp. So it was essentially a back, which was beautiful gaming there from BlankZ.
Yeah, and it was a Sploosh that basically just snuck past. It's just really crazy how fast they made it up there despite it being on uninkable. So just a really nice job there by the Sploosh area sneaking in, and basically a nice solid defense. Unfortunately, that back shot came out a little bit too early to pop the Rainmaker, and at that point they just couldn't do anything, basically facing down an edit when it comes to popping the Rainmaker for contention.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting match. And, we knew that ezmd was struggling a bit with the Tetris and a little bit of a distraction game coming out from BlankZ in the previous match, but it feels like BlankZ turned it up to 10 going into the Rainmaker match, giving themselves a score on the board. But things are going to be shifting a bit as we approach the desert. Oh, the desert of Clamblitch Scourge.
Oh my goodness, Clamblitch Scourge. I wonder how it's going to play difference here. I want to see a lot of moves here from that S-Blast instead of ezmd. That S-Blast is going to be doing a lot of work. And we're going with the feed dually instead of the Tetris. I wonder about this play here, to giving up the reslider for a crab tank. Interesting.
Crab is incredibly powerful on this map, as we've seen. If you can set yourself up in like the snipe positions or like even mid, it is, well, not really mid. I forgot it's not, it is high here. Wait, we're playing Clan Blitz. Yeah, if you can set yourself up on the snipes in the middle here, it is an incredibly powerful tool. And I see why they did what they did, but it looks like BlankZ is running off the momentum they did last match and getting the first picks on the board, but quickly even down here by, ooh, how do you say that, Kikoa? But finds themselves in a pinnacle and is forced way back to spawn.
No, and the dude just ran forward and died with all the cleanses so they can really get something going. But they are sitting up here. But the S-Blast just shuts it down. That is not how you want it to go if you're BlankZ. The execution just felt a little bit faulty there. But that Cryzer is going to help them get a little chip damage. And they still have room to work with, so they're not panicking too much. But you know, they're probably just kicking themselves for that play right there.
Yeah, kidding themselves a little bit there indeed. Silence is pretty unforgiving when you think about it. If you do not have all the elements you need, it is incredibly unforgiving. And again, back in this middle, I feel like we're going to see a lot of neutral playing going on just because there's a big old block of rock in the middle of the dang map, and it is the staller of all time.
Yeah, indeed. Nice job by BlankZ, able to shut down that zip caster right there. Boyba coming out on top mid. Look at the duel. He's doing a lot of work right there, able to draw a little bit of attention, but does go down. But the edit plays insane angles on the side of BlankZ, and it's gonna be really hard to push back in. And they're able to push in with that bubble and get one power climb in, but nothing else pretty much. Oh, wait, the 52! Whoa, the 52 able to get another pick as well. And then popping the well here is going to try to stay alive and stall for a lot more time and get out safely. And the team is coming back into mid.
Devil, you devil. Oh my goodness. But it looks like the Devil's reign has ended, being taken out quickly. I think it was by Homer here just a second ago. ezmd, despite getting stalled out and dragged out to the side, is able to find themselves in a pretty advantageous position. Cooler is out, and they're setting themselves very quickly underneath, not underneath the basket. We went backwards. Okay.
Just a little bit more pitch to go back. They're going to Zcaster. They've been doing a good job taking care of the Zcaster, but look at this. Look at the angle they're going with right here. Able to do some work, but actually probably going to get shut down and not much up. But what a shot there by the E-leader. Two members are down. The Zcaster does a lot of work. The bubble coming up, looking to stall for a little bit, but the 52 goes down. So there's going to be all their offensive pressure going down for the side of BlankZ as more members are going down. A lot of points being put into this basket.
Yeah, 2 power clams going in and some extra clams really does a lot of numbers to the score, and they're looking to try and knock this out probably very soon. They are losing their Stamper. No Stamper on the board for ezmd, and they do lose their S-Blast on top of that, and I believe that is going to be the end of the push unless we can see some miracle plays here. IPS getting the last couple of clams in. There you go. A little bit more coins. It never hurt nobody.
Yeah, indeed, and he did that with the cooler, so no harm, no foul. Coming back still very fast. They're going to be able to build another cooler for their team. But like I said, BlankZ is just going down one by one right now, and they just keep going down right now. Now the footing, they have lost all their footing, and now ezmd has found their footing, and it's going to be really hard for BlankZ to push back in, especially with little time on the clock.
Yeah, the stress is definitely building up as the time continues to tick. It looks like Devils here is going to be looking to try and take some picks off of the leader. Again, Gal is such an insane weapon because look at that. It can drop a wall, it can defend itself, it has 2-shot kill. What can't this thing do?
It could just basically do anything and everything. But BlankZ finally finding their footing. They've been getting some picks right here. They could be before. Oh no! But a play from behind from the S-Blast, able to stop their push, getting another pick, and that's not what you wanted from BlankZ. Oh no! And it's just the edit left alive. Probably have to jump out here. They're just still opting to shark. Actually, I'm wondering what the plan here is for this edit, but definitely nothing as they just end up jumping out anyway.
Yeah, no quite plans there. If it was a stall, I think they definitely stalled enough to give themselves a little bit more setup for this defense. ezmd does have that ball in their favor, looking to try and possibly knock this out within the next push, or at least get a little bit closer to it. BlankZ is really struggling here on this map in general. It is really rough for them, as we've been noticing. The score difference is quite drastic.
Yeah, indeed, but what a nice pick there by Devil on that 52. But they're going to go in the back line there. The duel is just causing a lot of attention, but I don't know if that's what they need. 2v2 situation going on here. The bullion ball coming out is going to slow them down, and we're going to see numbers advantage still in their favor there. What a nice kill with the fall off, but it's still not going to be enough. The S-Blast is able to shut it down, but here comes a shark here by Mota, but he has no clams, and it's not going to be enough. Oh, bro.
Freaking Soul Reed, dude.
Soul Reed, it just hurt. They heard it. They're playing with sound on, clearly.
Clearly, that was hilarious, but these last 10 seconds are approaching. We do see that ball ready for BlankZ, but so from ezmd. It takes one good move from ezmd, and they'll have that ball in the basket. There we go. go straight into the basket. So anything is possible, but with Blink still in their base, it looks very grim. Wait, wait,
Wait,
wait,
there's
wait.
5 minutes now. That Zencaster is out of position. It's just with the bubble coming out. It's not going to be enough. They got a butter when they get into this basket. They butter when they get it in. But all the men goes down. That is a wipe out. And oh man, if the junior found a way to live right there, they just found a way to live and just keep it going, they might have had a chance. Oh man.
Oh man. The same brain cell. Oh man. Just
Oh man.
oh man. That they give us hope. I'm mad at Blanks for giving us hope. For that, because I was like, please, that would be so cool to go into a game side, but no, EZMD seeing it through, seeing it to the very end. Man, what a set! Just what a set!
What a set that was indeed. And you gotta look back at that find that S-Blast did when he just found the Tetris sitting there. If the S-Blast didn't find them, that might have been some problem. Truthfully, that might have been the problem.
Yeah.
But the S-Blast just got that dog nose, got that dog in him, just sniffed it out. Just say, hey, I see you. I see you, man. Look, that's so crazy. Like that isn't accidental. That is, I know you're there. That is, hey, bro. Hey, man. Like, what's up? Like, like, what you doing? Like, oh my god.
That was so funny, but I felt so bad. It's like, that's a suspicious pattern being here. Let me show.
That's just straight up, man. I just know. Like, just that sixth sense, the third eye just coming out there. And that is what basically brought EZMD to win. What a nice, pretty much a set for them. But BlankZ showed a lot of potential. We can easily see them in this alpha bracket. And I believe they made an alpha bracket last time they played SuperJump. So look at them probably make a deeper run this time around, especially with how much they've been improving recently.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we're seeing the effects of that improvement because I mean, look how far they really pushed EZMD here, which is, for those that don't know, a really good team. So it's impressive. So Blanks has a little bit more work to do in order to beat this team. That said, phenomenal showing of their growth.
Yes, it is. And we'll have more action just like this. We have a lot of exciting sets. 2 exciting sets already on stream for you guys, and you don't want to miss any more of the action. So don't go anywhere. You are watching SuperJump here